Welcome to the Bibbidi Bobbidi Basics podcast, a lifestyle podcast with a magical twist. I'm your host, Caitlin May, and I'm a self-proclaimed Disney adult and childless millennial who is obsessed with Harry Potter, Florida sunshine, and all things basic. Here on the podcast, I chat weekly about everything Disney, Harry Potter, theme park news, and navigating my basic late 20s life. All right, Magical Basics, welcome back to the show. This week, I'm very excited for today's guest. It is Taylor, and we're talking all about friendships. We'll get into that a little bit later because I have a story connected to why I wanted to talk to you about this topic.
I was wondering because
I figured you were going to be like, what?
It's not what I said in the questionnaire.
But first of all, let's begin with our basic of the week. This is something new that we started for season 4. So if you follow us on Instagram or you've rated and reviewed this podcast, your name goes into a randomizer, and I like to shout out someone each episode. So today's basic of the week is at Magical Alexa Marie. So thank you so much for supporting this show. And if you want to be included on this, be sure you're following us on Instagram and give us a rate and review. That would be amazing. So, Taylor.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm very excited that you're here.
Me too.
Give us like a little 1-minute spiel about who you are.
Okay, so my name's Taylor. Caldwell, if you want my last name. But I moved from the other coast of Florida and moved in to Orlando in September. And that's when I started my content creating. So I kind of got into content creating when Disney Instagram first started becoming a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was awful back then. I did hair for 11 years, so it kind of transitioned into that.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I moved here, I ramped it back up again, and I think it's taken a whole new turn for the good.
Yeah,
so
you're
super
thriving.
super excited about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I live here with my fiance, and we have 3 dogs. I go to the parks all the time, which is super fun. Meeting friends, of course, which is like the best part.
Yeah.
All of my friends that I've met are from Instagram. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing now.
I love it.
Yeah.
So to kick off this episode, I want to do something that we've done in the past, but it kind of got a little facelift for season 4.
Okay.
So basically, it's your high and low of the week.
Okay.
What we call high, your soaring.
Yeah.
What we call low, your splashes.
Okay.
Like
got
soaring and splash mountain.
Yeah.
I was trying
love
to
it.
I don't know. If you
Perfect.
guys have something better out there, let me know. But do you want to go first with your high and low?
Oh my gosh, I have to think about it.
I can go.
Okay, you go.
Yeah, because I had the benefit of already planning this out.
Okay, I am not.
So, my soaring for this week is that it hasn't happened yet, but I know it will be the highlight, is that we have tickets to go see The Killers.
Ooh.
The week that this is being recorded. Not when you're listening to this, but very excited about that. I've always wanted to see them. And then I would say my splash is that I am getting sick of the hot weather. I am wanting cooler weather.
I have to agree with you on that one. Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I will say it's been a lot nicer though. Like
it has.
It hasn't been as humid, and there's a little bit of that breeze coming. So I feel like
getting a little hint.
Yeah, we're getting there.
A little taste.
Slowly but surely. Okay, so my soaring, which is the good, is I'm starting a small shop. So,
I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I almost have like imposter syndrome because it's totally new to me.
Mm-hmm.
But that is happening. I'm literally just waiting for, I'm gonna do stickers. So I'm waiting for the stickers to come in, so I can start things up. So that is my soaring. My splash is, that's all I'm doing right now.
It is consuming my life.
It is consuming my life. And so I think just like finding different ways of income is like where I'm splashing right now.
Yeah.
Because I kind of have my hands in a bunch of different like things.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to balance that out.
It can be very overwhelming.
Very overwhelming and stressful.
Yeah.
You know, and I have luckily an amazing fiance who helps me a ton, and is very supportive in all of like my endeavors and all these different businesses I want to do. So that's really cool. But I just feel like I need to put more time into them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'm hoping the small shop does well. It's very interesting.
I think
it's an interesting
all of the sneak
world
peeks that you showed on Instagram, they look so cute. So
yeah, I'm super excited, but also nervous because the stuff that sells is Disney. And we know how Disney is. So I'm like,
also, yes.
I don't know. So, yeah.
Another segment that we like to do is the pin of the week. So that basically just means like your favorite of the week. It could be a product or, whatever is your favorite. A food, meal, whatever.
Of the week.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this week or last week? Because it's Monday.
That is true. It's Wednesday when they're listening to this. So it could be like last week. Like the last 7 days.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's so hard to like think of what's going on. So the pin of the week last week would be my content day with my friends Emily and Andrea. It's always fun getting out to the parks and having a girls' day, but also creating some awesome content, reels. That's definitely the pin. And then, of course, putting in the order for my stickers.
Absolutely. That's got to be the highlight of the whole week.
Yeah.
I feel like you and Emily kill the Disney reel game.
Thank you.
You just always have one.
I don't know if do you remember Dub Smash?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was completely obsessed with Dub Smash when it was a thing.
Dub Smash Taylor walked.
Yeah.
So Instagram reel Taylor could run.
Seriously. So it was Dub Smash, and then it was Vine. I never really got into Vine. But yeah, Dub Smash was like where it was at. And then so now I just pretend my reels it's just Dub Smash all over again.
I love that.
So yeah.
It's definitely working.
Thank you.
I would say that my favorite of the week has been Audible.
Okay.
Really my favorite of the summer, actually.
Yeah,
I've gotten very into Audible.
I need to download that app.
It's great.
Okay, that's what I hear.
Absolutely great. And I use it a lot for like self-help books.
Okay.
So it feels just like a long podcast.
Right.
Which is nice.
Right.
I haven't listened to like a fiction
Okay.
or like a novel yet. I don't know how that would feel because I feel like I wouldn't be able to like comprehend it enough.
I feel like it would be good.
But, especially the ones that use like different voice actors.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some will have like different character.
Okay.
Like, so it's like you're really listening to the story.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But Audible's been my jam.
Yeah. I just picked up some books from Books A Million.
I saw.
Yeah, I got a lot.
I know. I have started my Star Wars literature journey.
Okay. I grabbed a few of
those. So I
was
so pumped that you got Padme Amidala as my queen.
Mm-hmm.
Finally found that Naboo mug.
Okay.
That you found ages ago.
Yes.
That I've been searching high and low for.
And now I'm looking for Tatooine, I think it is, and I cannot ever find that one either.
Do they have it? Or was it still just the Mandalorian and the thing?
I think they do have Tatooine.
No. I was saying recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where did you get it?
At the Creation Shop.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw Tatooine though.
No.
I think I saw the one with Rey.
Okay, that's the newer one. I don't even know what the name of.
It's like Otto or Ochto or something like that. But no, I don't think I've seen the Tatooine one yet.
Let's keep an eye out. I'm sure I'll be there.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
Maybe. The Naboo one did.
Yeah. Grab it.
So
grab it quick.
I like grabbed the display one because it's all I saw. I was like, you're coming with me. And John's like, this is the display one.
Exactly.
Like puts it back
There's
in
the box.
Oh,
right there.
I'm not taking any chances.
No, you can't.
I will grab whatever I see. So let's talk a little bit about just basic info about you. Like, I definitely want to hear about all of your jobs. So when this comes out, okay. So when this comes out, I think your date is the 3rd Wednesday of October.
Okay.
So can you give us a sneak peek about your small shop?
Yeah, so I should have everything by
launch
then.
date?
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Give us the
See, this is where like the imposter syndrome comes in because I don't even have a launch date. It's just literally when I get the stickers and I can go to the parks and get some content and post them. Which I should be getting them anywhere from September 13th to the 19th.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about that. But yeah, it's called Tailored Magic Co. So my handle for my normal account is Tailored Magic. So I'm like, we'll just add co to the end of it.
I love that.
I was thinking of doing like some sort of Tailored Magic stickers or something like that, but
that's cute.
Eventually I want to expand my horizons. So I don't want to just do stickers forever. I know that's definitely a goal of mine. So that's where Tailored Magic Co. came in. So I can kind of expand, maybe do t-shirts, totes. That. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, we're just gonna see where the sticker thing goes. But I don't really have a launch date. It's just a matter of like when I can get to the parks, get the pictures, and post. But I'll definitely be keeping everyone updated on when that's happening.
And it's gonna have its own Instagram.
It does.
After the debacle. That was your Instagram.
That was a complete mess, and I can't even tell you the amount of stress and anxiety that caused.
I can't even
when
imagine.
It first happened. Luckily, I mean, now my account's grown. I would probably die if it happened again. But I was able to figure it out thanks to a friend on Instagram named Jason, and he gave me a tip, and it worked. How it worked, I have no idea. Yeah, there's no connection to Instagram, and so basically the numbers that you block on your iPhone, you go in. If you're not getting like the text codes, you go in, you unblock all of those iPhone numbers. And then I went in and I was able to get a text code immediately to get into the account.
And that's so strange that you even like went so far as to go get a new phone with a different IP address and you were still having the problem.
Yeah, and this was about a year ago that I did all of that. My account got completely, not even suspended. I didn't even get like a warning or anything. I went to log in and it was gone. And then I went on my fiance's account. You couldn't even like search my handle. Like I was poof, gone. Like you couldn't find me at all. So I jumped through hoops to get it back. I contacted a lawyer because I was like, I will pay whatever to get this account back. I think then I only had like 1,500 followers. So I did create backup accounts, but even those accounts were getting suspended. So I finally was able to create a backup one, but I ended up messaging someone on LinkedIn, and she was kind enough to respond to my message, and she like sent a message through like the back end of Facebook support, and they got my account back. So I was like, yay. And then just kind of really didn't think about it after that until I started the small shop and went to create another account. And I was like, okay, I have to go through all this again.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you got all of that.
Yeah.
You have a way to advertise your small shop.
Yeah. I was going to do it from the main, but I'm like, I got the business mentality and I'm like, you can't do that. Like you have to have it separate.
I'm like, everything should be separate. It just makes it more clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
Clean break, compartmentalization.
Yeah. Seriously.
I love that.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay, so I would love to know your favorite Disney film.
My favorite Disney film that's easy peasy is Beauty and the Beast.
Why?
It has always been my favorite. It was a movie I grew up watching, and I just loved the enchantment. I loved Belle as a girl going into a woman, but then, becoming a princess. Like, just her heroism, I guess, because in a sense she does have that. And then her love of reading, and it just has always been my favorite love story. But yeah, that's definitely my favorite film.
Love that. Sure. And your Hogwarts house.
I'm a Hufflepuff.
It's like, I didn't know that about you, but it doesn't surprise me.
Okay, but it surprises a lot of people. Like, I feel like everyone's like, no, you're Slytherin.
Well, I feel like your style is Slytherin.
Oh, completely.
So I feel like people just see that you wear, like, very edgy, like, dark colors, and they're like, oh, Slytherin.
Yep.
But, like, knowing you, like, Hufflepuff does not surprise me whatsoever.
No. I always wanted to be a Gryffindor because I think it's kind of like that.
It's the only house that ever gets anything.
Exactly. So you just kind of like follow, and I'm like, I want to be a Gryffindor.
Yeah.
But no, every test I've taken was Hufflepuff. I did get Slytherin one time. But I don't know if
so it could just be your moon.
It could, yeah. There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Hufflepuff, and I'm embracing it now.
I love
that.
So
I'm totally embracing it.
And you got that box lunch. Was it a box lunch?
Yeah, it was box lunch.
Yeah, and that stuff was so cute.
Yeah, they sent me a cardigan and a sweater, which I haven't even worn the sweater yet. They sent them
It's
to
been
me in
way
like
too
2
hot
separate
for this
packages.
sweater.
I had to go and take pictures in that cardigan. I literally like put it on, took the pictures, got the video, took it off, shoved it in the
like
backpack.
Sweating.
Yeah, it was not fun. So, but when it's cooler, yeah, they'll come in handy.
Break it out. That's
Yep.
so fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Okay, now I would love to know your answer to the high school obsession. Just kills me.
So it's Johnny Depp, right?
Well, no.
Oh.
Your high school obsession is mischief. And then you put a big
my
LOL.
Gosh, okay. So I didn't really have, I guess, a high school obsession. I guess a lot of people kind of in high school can be obsessed with their high school and like going to the games and like doing all of the things high school. And I was totally a rebel. I wanted nothing to do with it. So I would skip class and get into mischief with my friends.
I love that for you.
Yeah, my freshman year of high school, I got into some trouble and I actually had to switch schools because my dad told me no more. And then I switched schools and it was a good thing because
that's hardcore.
I decided I wanted to do hair. Excuse me. And then I started cosmetology school and things got better. But yeah, definitely just
mischief.
Getting into mischief.
I saw that when you sent it back. Yep. And I was like, I need to break that down.
I think that's like the Slytherin. Everyone's like, you're totally a Slytherin.
That's your Slytherin
That's
moon
exactly.
Out.
Yeah. So.
You did say that your high school crush was Johnny Depp.
100%. It was when Pirates of the Caribbean came out. Yep. I loved Orlando Bloom, but again, it's the Slytherin vibe. The dark, like, bad guy. Like, Johnny Depp was it. 100%. Yeah. He still is it.
Yes.
Like, for sure.
Yeah, at like what?
Yep.
60 years old?
Yeah.
He still has it going on. For sure.
Yeah. 100%
For sure. And you don't really have a hot take.
I don't have a hot take. To be honest with you, I had to Google it. I was like, I have to Google this. What the hell is a hot take? So
one thing that me and Taylor bonded over. It's like one of the first questions you ever asked me when you messaged me on Instagram was, how old are you? And I was like, 28, and you were like, oh, thank God.
Yes. Seriously, everyone.
Our next round is we play the 2-minute lightning round, and I added like a ton of pop culture questions.
Oh gosh!
And we recorded yesterday. With, do you know Nikki the Ghost Host?
Nikki the Ghost
on
Host.
Instagram.
That sounds familiar, but
we recorded with her. We did a whole Haunted Mansion episode.
Okay. Awesome.
And I'm like scrolling through asking her all these pop culture questions. Like, she didn't know who Carrie and Mr. Big were.
Okay, Mr.
From
Big.
Sex and the City. Yes. And so I was like, one of them's like, do you think they should have ended up together? And she's like, I don't know who that is. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I skip it. And she's like, the next question's like, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? And she's like, I don't know. I mean, I get, and I'm like, okay, skip. And John was like, maybe we need to have more Gen Z friendly questions.
Seriously.
So Taylor will get all of my elder millennial.
I hope so. Like I said, in high school it was all mischief. There was no like anything else.
There was no pop culture.
No. Johnny Depp mischief. That was it.
Okay, well let's see. Let's play the lightning round. So John will put 2 minutes on the clock.
Okay.
And what it is, it's a mixture of Disney, Harry Potter, and pop culture opinion questions. Okay. So no, like, right or wrong answer. Cool. So you either say the answer that comes out or you can say skip. Okay. And we'll try and get through as many as possible.
Cool. Let's go.
All right. So, are you good? All right. Wishes or happily ever after?
Oh, happily ever after. 100%.
Harry Potter death that makes you cry?
Dobby.
Oh. If you could only listen to one Taylor Swift song for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, gosh, that's really bad. A lot of Disney people are going to hate me because I am not a Swiftie.
No!
Know, but isn't there something about a guitar? Tears on my guitar?
Sure.
Let's do that one.
Disney film that makes you cry?
Oh, okay. Recently, Coco, for sure. The grandma. Moana, the grandma. It's always the grandma.
Why are they all the same? Oh, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
That's hard because I feel like I was an error of both. Like I loved both at a certain point, but if I had to choose now, definitely NSYNC.
Favorite Universal ride?
Ooh, gosh, I hate rides at Universal because they're so intense. So let's just do Hagrid's. Hagrid's is good.
Okay. Should Hermione have ended up with Harry?
My young heart wants to say yes. But I do love her and Ron's dynamic for sure.
What country would you add to the Epcot Pavilion?
Ooh, that is a tough one. I know they were talking about adding Brazil at one point.
Ooh.
So I think that one would be really cool. I'm gonna have to go with that. It might happen.
What Chris is the superior Marvel Chris? Evans, Hemsworth, or Pratt?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna go with Hemsworth.
Mm-hmm. Could Jack have fit on the door with Rose?
Oh, 100%.
What
100%.
Harry Potter character would you want as your best friend?
Oh my gosh, I feel like I would totally love to be friends with Luna Lovegood. Like, I think she would just be the coolest friend. Her style is great too. So,
what is your favorite teen drama show?
Teen and drama?
Yeah.
Like right now?
Just ever.
Oh my gosh, what is that? Degrassi?
Oh, I live for Degrassi.
Yeah, Degrassi was a good one.
Wow.
Yeah, Drake in his prime. Yes.
When he first started in music, my best friend, we watched Degrassi all the time growing up. And she texted me, she's like, Drake ain't fooling me. I know he's Wheelchair Jimmy.
Exactly. Seriously.
I was like, I wondered why he looked so familiar to me.
Yeah, that was a weird transition for sure.
Yes. All right, so last question, because the timer just went off. Which villain would you party with?
Oh, Madam Mim.
Okay.
100%.
Yes,
I love her.
Talk about your love for her.
I just love her.
She's so underrated.
She is 100% underrated.
She's at Disneyland right now.
She is.
Not very happy about it.
I wish she was not a face character. I think she should have just been totally just costume.
Yeah, that's a great
because
idea.
That's like what my dream would be.
Yeah.
But, we have to think of everyone's dreams. So
we have to take everyone's dreams into account, I guess.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, no, I just love her. I watched that movie growing up too, and I love that she can like shapeshift and her just quirkiness.
Yeah,
and
you
just
never see her.
No.
I feel like they have started to bring at least some, like, don't they have a pin of her now?
They have a few. I actually just got one, yesterday.
To, like, bring her in at least the spooky season for like October and the fall and stuff.
She's slowly making her appearance for sure.
Yeah.
But
maybe with the new speculation of the villains.
The villains.
Maybe we'll have a Madam Mim presence in Disney World.
Yeah. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I think villains alone, though, in Disney World would be amazing.
A villain section.
Yeah,
in general.
It's been a rumor for a very long time. So the fact that they actually talked about it, although it is like blue sky, which is a new term that I just heard about yesterday. Blue sky is Disney's dreams, hopes and dreams for what the parks could be. It's not like set in stone. I know. Although all of the stuff Disneyland got yesterday, they had a ton of commitment.
All of the stuff Disneyland gets.
Yeah.
All the time.
I know.
Like,
seriously.
I just saw that advertisement that Mando and Grogu are going to be walking around. I'm like, it's fine. Only at Disneyland because we can't get anything fun around here.
No, we can't. I don't know why. And I mean, maybe it's just our perspective because
expansion
we see...
of Avengers Campus. I'm like, cool.
Yep.
We have one ride.
Yeah.
One...
Maybe it'll come though. I feel like there's a lot of space behind there. So
it is a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Disney owns a lot of property. They can expand. They do. That's for sure.
It's time.
It's time. Hello, Magical Basics. Have you been thinking about starting your own podcast, but you don't know where to begin? I completely understand because when Bibbidi Bobbidi Basics first launched, I felt the exact same way. Honestly, thank goodness that I had Anchor to help me. So, if you've never heard of Anchor, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. I know what you're thinking. Katie, is it really that easy? Oh, it is. So let me tell you how. First, it's completely free. We love that. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And then Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. So it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's literally everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Thank you so much to Anchor for sponsoring this portion of today's episode. let's talk about friends.
Okay.
All right. So when I was sitting down and scripting what I wanted to chat with you about, I was like, I feel like she would be the best person to talk about friendships in their adulthood.
Okay.
And I mean, you set it up perfectly in your little About Me section of the show because you said all of your friends are from Instagram.
Yeah.
So, and I remember personally, like, I followed your page and, like, liked, like, the first, like, couple photos on your feed.
Yep.
And you instantly DM'd me.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, like, that is so nice.
Yep.
Like, I felt so just, like, automatically, like, connected to you and welcomed and, like, accepted. And so I'm like, you know, she would be the best person. Because even, like, your best friend, like, you made off of Instagram. So
yeah, and that's a funny story, too, in itself.
So I want to chat about that and kind of the aspect that, like, the Disney community can play into making friends. Because it's hard to make friends, like, post-college. You know, like, just in adulthood in general.
Yep.
Especially, like, us, like, you and I don't work traditional office jobs.
Right.
So I feel like when I did, I kind of just relied on, like, oh, my coworkers are basically my friends.
Yeah.
You know?
That was me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, first question. What is your best advice for making friends in adulthood?
So my best advice, just reach out, like, obviously, like I did with you. Just reach out to the person, and I think just getting out and getting involved with someone personally, like, outside of your home, like going to the parks, it's like an easy icebreaker. But just reaching out and saying hi, like, are you local? You know, do you want to hang out? You want to go to park day? And then you go on that park day, and you'll know, like, right off the bat if you vibe with someone or if you don't. And if you don't, that's fine. And then it just kind of, like, flows from there. But I guess don't put too much pressure on the situation. Yeah. Is probably huge as well. Just go have fun, for sure.
Yeah. Going off on that.
Yep.
What's the most natural way to slide into someone's DMs?
So.
Because I feel like a lot of times I, like, second guess that.
Yeah. Like, so most of the times if I message someone, I'll just be like, hey, like, how are you? I will go to their profile, and most times, like, it'll say, like, where they're located if they are located in your area. So, for instance, here, Orlando. And I'll just be like, hey, I see you're local. Like, a lot of the people who follow me love Disney, so we love Disney. Like, would you be interested in, like, having a park day? Let's meet up. But just do it. Like, again, don't think about it. Don't hesitate. Just, hey, what's up? You're into Disney? Cool. You're local? Cool. Let's go. Let's go to the parks. Let's go get coffee, you know? Yeah. But yeah, just message. I mean, the worst thing they can do is leave you on red.
And say no.
Yeah, exactly.
Reject you completely.
I haven't had anyone really say no to me, except in, like, 2020 when the pandemic was happening and all of...
people were being cautious.
Yeah, exactly.
So then it wasn't necessarily you. It wasn't a you problem.
Right, yeah.
You know, it was your cootie problem.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't are you vaccinated or not vaccinated problem. So, but yeah, no, just do it and be nice. That's
so this one was a question that we got on our Instagram bubble. Okay. And I thought it was a really good question because I wouldn't have thought of it myself, but it's so true. So you mentioned, you know, it's going to feel natural or not when you hang out. And so this question is, do you keep trying if the first time you hang out in person, if it doesn't feel completely natural?
If after the first time it doesn't feel natural, then yes, try a second time, maybe even try a third time. But if you're just not, like, vibing with that person, then you're just not vibing.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's not a bad thing.
No. I mean, everyone has their own personality. Everyone has their own things that they're into. Even just in the parks, like, what people like to do in the parks can be a thing. You know, are you a rides person? Are you a foodie person? Like, what is it that you like to do? And are they in common with what I like to do? Because if you're going to the parks with someone, you both have two totally different interests. Then you either are going to try to come to a compromise or you're not. And then that's when you're going to know, okay, like, this just isn't going to, you know, this isn't gonna be cool anymore.
Right.
You know? And then I don't think it's really like a breakup. Like, you don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of you guys just will eventually drop communication and
like go
move
your
on.
separate ways.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So, how has being a part of the Disney community helped with making friends in adulthood?
So it's been huge, actually. Just not even in adulthood, but moving from one city to another.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like 2 hours south, well, on the other coast of where we are now in Orlando. I was in like Venice, Sarasota area. So I had, again, my friends were all my coworkers, so they're all over there. I have one best friend who has been a lifelong best friend since like 5th grade. And then another adulthood best friend that we bonded and have become friends, but they're all on the other side. So when I moved here, Instagram was huge because if you're local again and you like Disney, then I was like, okay, well, I can meet my friends at Disney. And then funny enough, a lot of the friends that I have now, like Emily. So I followed Emily years ago.
No way.
Yeah, years ago when I first started my Disney Instagram, that kind of flopped because I wasn't going to the parks all the time.
Right.
And I kind of turned it into my business Instagram, which became hair related. But I still followed all the Disney people, like Raven. I followed all of the big like blogging accounts. Emily was one of them, and then I actually met Emily at a hosted event. And we kind of talked a little bit, but then she ended up being at the parks one day when I was with another friend. And she didn't have anyone to hang out with, so we hung out and that was it. Like we instantly clicked. So, yeah, like it's funny because Instagram just brings so many different relationships together.
Yeah.
And then you meet in person and that's it.
Yeah, and I feel like specifically our age group, I feel like has a hard time using Instagram as like a primary way to make friends. I think because we grew up in the age of like the internet was emerging and it very much was like, you know, don't hang out with people that you don't trust
strangers.
People that you meet on the internet.
Trust me, my dad,
know?
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's very hard for me to be like, okay, this is a valid way of making friends. You know, like this is a new organic way.
Right. And it 100% is, but especially like that's where I go back to like meeting in a public place.
Yeah.
And to me, there's no safer place than Disney.
Yeah.
Although it has its stories, but yeah. So just meet in person and meet in a public place, and
take a chance.
All my friends are from Disney, and even my my dad. Like I said, he'll just always be like, "So you met this person on Instagram?" I'm like,
"Is this a fake friend?"
Yeah, like I met them on Instagram. He's like, "Okay, you've hung out with them before?" I'm like, "No, I'm meeting him at Disney," and he's like, "Okay, well, just be careful," you know. And it is that mentality of like you get your friends from work, you get your friends from school, from the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But Instagram is just a virtual neighborhood, right? So
that's a great way of thinking about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You build these communities, you know. So yeah, Instagram is, and then you can not stalk the person, but you can go on their profile and kind of see
what they're about, what their vibe is. You know, if they're posting on stories, then you can see at least some form of like their personality.
Yes. Yep.
Like there have been a lot of people who like content creators on social media, and I think a lot like, oh, if we met in person, like we would get along. Right. You know, you can kind of see. I just actually met someone from Instagram for the first time. Her name's Erica. Her handle is Erica Canant, I want to say, Canant. I don't think I know her. She just moved here from Texas, but I think she followed me or I followed her. And her page, her vibe was like totally me. And I was like, we're twins. We need to hang out. And just like everything we have in common. And before we made plans to hang out, and before we actually hung out, we bumped into each other at Target. No way. And I was like, I'm dead right now. Like this, seriously, like we're here. And then I went to Universal with her not too long ago. And yeah, she's awesome. But you can pick. So when I did hair. Yeah. Social media is huge, right? So in building a clientele, and they always said you can pick your ideal client, right? You can go to their page. Are they a blonde? Are they brunette? Are they coming in? Like, are they getting their hair done all the time? What is it that they do? Do they have a lot of friends? Are they going to give you referrals? Right. You can kind of picture who your client's going to be. So in a sense, it's kind of like you can picture who your friends are going to be, right? You have a lookbook into their life and who they are. So
if you go on someone's page and you feel like they're your vibe, then just message them.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Such good advice. So let's round this off with a couple more questions. What are you currently reading and watching?
Okay, so we are watching House of Dragon.
Same.
It's amazing.
Obsessed.
I love it. I didn't think I was going to like it, to
also
be honest.
Same.
Because of Game of Thrones. I mean,
yes.
Who can beat that?
We all have shared trauma with that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but we started watching it and love it.
Mm-hmm.
Completely love it. I just got back into Gilmore Girls, so I have that
quintessential fall vibe.
Yep, I have that on repeat when I'm at home. And then reading wise, I think I wrote on there Twisted Tales.
Yeah.
I was reading that series. But then when I went and got my books, I started reading Where the Crawdads Sing.
Girl, are you obsessed?
I've read it in 2 days. I was up till 2 a.m. and finished the book. It was amazing.
Did you watch the film?
Not yet.
Okay.
But
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you read before you watched.
Yes. And I'm super excited for the film. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay.
The film I loved.
Okay.
The book I loved better.
Yeah. I mean, the books are always more detailed.
Yeah.
But I am super excited to see it. I actually just the other day, like, Googled who the cast was because I'm like, okay, I want to see who they picked.
Yeah.
But it was an amazing book.
Yes.
Amazing book.
I got back into reading through Reese's book club, Reese Witherspoon.
Oh.
And her book of the month was Where Did the Crawdads Sing, like, several years ago.
Okay.
And I had heard, like, a couple people reading it and being obsessed with it.
Yep.
And so I was like, okay, like, I'll read it. And I'm pretty sure it was the first one I read from her book club. And, like, ever since then, if I don't know what to read, I'll just I'll just, like, pick a book that she recommends. Because they're
awesome.
always,
I didn't even
like,
know she had a book club.
Yeah, so she started a production company.
Okay.
She wanted a women-owned production company that featured women directors and women leads.
Okay.
And from there, she was reading so many scripts that were brought to her that she was like, I can't turn them all into TV or film, but I can start a book club. And so that's where it came from, was just, like, her consuming, like, all of these, like female strong stories and recommending it.
That's awesome.
And she's never led me astray.
Okay.
Ever.
Good to know. I'll have to definitely check that
so
out.
if I'm like, I don't have a book that, like, everyone's obsessed with.
Yeah.
I don't know what to read. I'll just, like, go and read, like, the descriptions of what she's recommending. And
that's true for me because I am obsessed with reading for so long and then I completely fall off of it. Funny enough, because I said earlier that I am not a Swiftie, but she did the song for Where the Crawdads Sing.
Yes.
And so everyone was posting about that and I was like, okay, this book is definitely going on my list.
Is there a reason why you're not a Swiftie?
I just never got into it.
You just didn't get into it. It's not that you think she's bad.
No. I think she's great, actually. I love her. Yeah. I just never got into the whole
the
thing
whole religion
that
of it all.
Yeah.
Truly.
Like Disney.
Actually.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just never got into it. But her music's great. Yeah.
Love
and I think she's a cool person.
Are you excited for her new album?
When's it coming out?
Actually, it should already be out when they're listening to this. Yeah, I think it's like October 21st or something like that. John doesn't know.
Yeah.
It should already be out.
I need to just go and listen to the music and just be in it because I just haven't given myself that time.
You were vibing in the mischief.
Yeah.
Like, I became a Swiftie like when she was, like, putting codes in her. Okay. Like, you know how when you bought a CD it had the little booklet?
Yes.
Lyric booklet that went with it? You know, she would, like, have everything underscored but capital letters every now and then, and it would, like, make secret codes. Yes.
She's
so genius. I feel like she is a genius. So I feel like maybe you don't identify with the Swiftie culture because you weren't indoctrinated in the you know, going to Walmart to get the CD to code.
Yeah, exactly.
The little messages.
I think at that time it was even when CDs were coming out, at that time for me it was the iPod Shuffle. So I was on LimeWire and I would like download Tears on Her guitar or on the guitar, whatever that song is, and listen to that. But I never really like dove in.
Wow, I haven't thought about LimeWire in so long.
Yeah,
we should do like a millennial nostalgia episode.
Oh my gosh, that's really good.
Where we just say words and trigger ourselves.
Everyone who listens is gonna be like, "What are they talking about?"
Yeah.
They're speaking in code.
Exactly. Okay, last question. Tell us a story about the most basic thing you've ever done.
Yeah. and I had to think about that when you asked me. I put PSL.
I mean,
because
we are drinking pumpkin kernel
right?
fruits.
So I guess maybe I couldn't think of something really, really specific because I just am basic.
Yeah.
Like, there's not too much about me that's not basic.
I love that for you.
So, yeah. Anything that is basic is me. Fall, pumpkin
Except
spice.
Swiftie.
Well, yeah. I feel like that could be, though, like, not basic, though.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like that's, like, a whole nother
It's like
realm.
way past it.
Yeah. Like, it's not basic enough to be considered basic. It's, I mean, because, right? Is
You've
Disney
transcended.
basic?
I feel like being a Disney adult
Is basic.
Yeah.
No. Really?
Don't you?
No.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe I need
Like,
to
is that
work on my
basic?
definition of basic.
Like, basic to me is what's everyone doing, right? Like, what is so popular that it's just become basic,
Okay.
right?
So do you think like Swifties and Disney adults are like subcultures of
Yeah.
basic? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
So
they're
you can
their
be like
own
basic
thing.
in the Disney
Like,
adult
basic in,
category.
like,
You could be basic in the Swiftie adult category.
Right. And then there's the whole general.
Okay.
Which is like pumpkin spice and fall and
And
cozy.
Uggs.
Yeah, and Uggs. Yeah.
Are Uggs even still a thing?
I just bought my first pair yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. They're the sandal ones that are like fluffy.
The slipper ones?
Yeah, but you can wear them like out in public.
Oh,
like,
no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. They're really cute.
Need
Yeah.
to see those.
Someone did message me though, a friend from high school, and she's like, they stain the heck out of your feet. So I'm like, okay.
Weird.
Yeah, I guess like the fur because it's probably like dyed.
Oh, weird.
But yeah, so I mean, I think there's still a thing.
I
short.
I don't think the like calf length ones.
No, I didn't see any calf
the
length
little
ones.
tiny ankle ones.
Yes.
Are what the Gen Zs are wearing these
Mhm.
days.
I know. I don't even know what they're wearing. They're wearing
Not
stuff
skinny
that
jeans because I got shamed for that.
They're wearing stuff that we didn't wear and our moms wore, but they're calling it
yes.
Gen Z.
Yes.
And it's like, this is lived
It's basically
before
just
you.
like early 2000s fashion
Yes.
all over again.
Yeah.
And I didn't vibe
Even,
with it
like,
the first time, and
No.
I'm not vibing with it now.
No.
The low waist jeans, that didn't look good on anyone except like Amanda Bynes.
Yeah. Or Britney Spears.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, that I would look freaking
I would-
ridiculous.
same.
In those
I'd get
pants.
bullied.
Yeah.
I would get bullied.
Seriously. You better not post a picture on the internet because they're going to come after you for two things. Disney adult and those jeans.
Oh my god, they come after us.
They do.
Like,
I've been really lucky because I've actually had a few reels that have like picked up a lot. And I haven't gotten a lot of hate on them, and I am shocked.
yeah, I'd be
because
surprised too.
TikTok,
I
am scared of TikTok.
Same.
Like,
I
will
saw
not-
a girl, she was like in her car and she was like, good night to everyone except, and her very first one was Disney adult. And I'm like,
What did we do to you?
why are you bitter?
Yeah.
Why are you, do you just
What?
not like happy things?
I know. I don't understand it.
Me either.
It's so crazy.
I don't get it either. Good night to everyone except those who aren't a Disney
Exactly.
adult.
Seriously. We're living our
Well,
best life.
Taylor, thanks so much for coming on.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Let the listeners know where they can find you.
Okay, so Instagram handle is Tailored Magic, TAYLORED Magic, and then I have a few. TikTok is
shout them all out.
TikTok is Tailored Magic _, but again, I'm scared of it, so I don't post too often on there.
Don't bully me on there.
Yeah, seriously. But my Instagram is where I'm most active. So.
And then Tailored Magic Co. for the stickers.
Yep, tailoredmagic.co.
.co.
Yep,
okay.
and I'll have to give thanks to Emily for that because out of the 2 accounts I made that I got banned on, one was Tailored Magic Co. without the dot.
Oh.
And she was like, it's better with the dot because
I
then
think
it
so,
separates
too.
it.
I think so too.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
That's
and
what I
then
did.
we didn't even talk about this, but you vacation plan as well.
I do.
So
I
we've talked
do
a
it
lot
all.
about vacation planning on the podcast. We
Yeah.
love going through a travel agent.
Yeah.
So what is your travel agent?
So it's Tailored Traveling.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
all similar.
Easy. Mm-hmm.
So
I'm trying to brand myself.
I love that for you. I love that for you. Who knows? Maybe there will be a Tailored Magic Co. Bibbidi Bobbidi Basics sticker collab.
Oh, I love that idea.
I kind of like that idea too.
Some Little Mermaid. Blair.
Yes. It's like all of our pets.
Yeah.
Just in a row with like Mickey ears.
And this is so, ever since I started the stickers, it's like I see something and I'm like in my notes.
You're like sticker.
Yep. Yeah, seriously. It's the inspiration's now coming. And that was one thing that actually I was nervous about.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had to use my creativity in so long. I'm like, what the heck am I going to do? But
you know what? That's such a good thing. I was doing an exercise the other day for therapy. And it was like draw a circle and divide it into 4.
Okay.
And label one like mind, body, soul.
Yeah.
Can't remember the 4th one. Can't remember. But basically the concept is to like write down what you spend all of your time doing and like put it in the categories of like what it feeds. Okay. So like you're reading, so that's your mind and your body, you know, like I work out or I eat good food or whatever. And so I feel like everybody needs that like one thing that stretches their creativity for their soul.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
So, I love that you're like
Disney.
Yeah.
Disney's
I love that
totally
you're like
soul.
diving into that like creative energy.
It's coming back to me.
Yeah, everybody needs that like outlet, you know?
For sure.
Love that.
Love it.
So be sure to follow Taylor. All of her links are down below. Check out this small shop if you need vacation planning. Big vacation planning stand over here. We've done several episodes on it. So if you're unaware, go listen to those. Completely free, and everyone does the work for you, and you have a magical Disney vacation. I mean,
yeah, no stress.
How could you not love that? So definitely follow those, and thank you so much, Taylor.
Thank you.
This has been so fun.
I know. Now we need to plan Park Day.
Yes. Immediately goes to Disney.
Yeah, seriously. What are you doing after now?
Well, that's it for today's episode, Magical Basics. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to give us a follow and let us know what you thought of it. All of our links are in the show notes and description box down below. If you liked today's episode, please give us a rate and review, and don't forget to include your Instagram handle to be featured as our Basic of the Week. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We upload new episodes on Wednesdays and other videos on More Magic Mondays. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. So until then, Basics, stay magical.